Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of JForex Indicators Explained, we will be considering a pattern recognition named as triple bottom. This is a inverse version of the triple top formation which we saw in the last session. I explained to you its concept and the possible uses. Same thing we will do for the triple bottom formation as well. We will be looking at its concept, which is fairly easy to understand, and then using that simple concept, we will also look at some simple examples of how to incorporate it in the trading system. If you have any your existing system, you can easily incorporate this formation for increasing the probability. And if you are new to the trading, you can understand this formation to get started and see how it works, how it gives you the idea of the possible reversal from around the levels where we are encountering support for the instrument of our choice. So let us now head to the JForex for the newly released trading platform from the Dukascopy Bank SA. This is the Euro USD chart with the each candle period defined at hourly. Now to find these pattern recognition, all you have to do is a quick search, or else you can even go to the list using this add indicator option. If you want to know where it is listed, all you have to do is opt for this F3 option, and in it, it's taking some more time to respond. Oops, it's bit slow, I think. Let us wait for a few more seconds, and in it we should have the list ready for us to exploit and explore, where we can find this indicator listed. Or else you always have this quick search option. If you simply type in the triple bottom, and you will find it under these all the options, so you don't really have to go to the list as well. Just I wanted to make sure that you know where this pattern recognition is in all these indicators, the long list of indicators. But it appears that it is not to be the case. So let us now try this quick search option. All right, we got it. Add indicator. So here, all you have to do is go to this pattern recognition, and you will find it around the lower bottom of the list. Here comes this triple bottom, which is also around the bottom of the list, triple bottom pattern. All right, now we again go back and do a quick search. As I said, type in triple, and all the indicators which have the name triple in their title. So yesterday we saw this triple top, now it's the turn of triple bottom. All right, in a very recent we had this formation taking shape on 6th of April, that is last week. And if you look at this, let me zoom in a bit, enlarge this chart. As we have seen the increased volatility in recent days, so as a result of that, as a result of this wide range, we are seeing this formation in a smaller shape, but it is encompassing these large moves. Now, if you look at these formation carefully, you will see that on three occasions, thrice, we saw the price finding support on these levels of around 1.089, and that is what is implied by this formation. The name itself contains triple bottom, and with that it means that on three occasions we had the price reversing course after touching these levels. Of course, the levels are not going to be exact, but roughly around the same price levels, so you get this idea that these price levels are quite uniformly spread, and these are not really far off from one another, so around the same price levels. We saw the euro USD finding support, and then for this formation to be complete or to be considered complete, it needs to then cross and hold above these immediate resistance zone, this price level on the higher side, which is indicated by this horizontal line on the upper side. So once the price again moves back above this horizontal line drawn on the upper side, we get this formation to be considered complete. And if it is getting us a breakthrough, and if it is holding around these price levels, then we can initiate the trade while keeping the stop loss just slightly below these prior swing lows. So you could have gone for this trade while keeping the stop loss somewhere around 1.088 level. But if you look at these afterwards, the price didn't really reverse course, and eventually it again dipped, went on to drop below this prior support area, and then reverse course to go on to decline substantially. So this time around, the formation wouldn't have really brought in any significant amount of money. Rather than that, this trade would have gone in loss. So this would have resulted in loss. So this also reminds us that not all the patterns generated using these triple bottom formation are going to end up in profit. Of course, some of the trades are going to end up in loss, no matter how solid, how significant that pattern is. So same thing holds true here. This trade would have resulted in loss. So all you could have done is manage your losses if you had taken the trade while keeping in mind the equity in account, along with the appropriate risk management. You wouldn't have lost much money. So here this trade would have ended up in loss. Now let us look at some other examples and see how we could have also use the same formation to look for some profitable trading opportunities. So we have to go back in time and look for other examples where the trade ended up in profit. Let us see. I'm back in January, but we are yet to encounter another formation of the triple bottom. So I think this is a not frequently forming formation. It is going to be forming on the chart once in a while. This is not a frequent formation. That is certainly true if we look at this chart, and I'm back all the way to the October, that is 6 months time frame. Let us try it out on the lower time frames like 15 minutes to see if we could find another example of this triple bottom formation. All right, it is taking some time to load. Okay, here we are. Now we are starting from October. All right, we got another example here. So around here, we had this price reversal around the levels of 0.968, and this formation got its completion when the price cracked above this horizontal line. It didn't really hold for much of the time, and again it started to decline. But if you had seen this price holding well for subsequent period, and if you had initiated the trade, let us see what would have happened. And if you were to go for the trade somewhere around here with the stop loss of around 30 pips, you would have indeed made money, as it had gone to rise to around 40 to 50 pips. So the risk reward ratio would have worked out favorably, more than 1 is to 2. But if you had not really gone for the profit booking or trailing stop setup, then after initially showing profit, it would have ended up in loss, as the price didn't really continue to go in this reversed formation for long, and eventually it again changed course. So that is also one thing which we have to look at whenever we are taking the trade. The trade management, the risk management is also a crucial part of any successful system. So this is what is coming to fore with these two examples, where we didn't really get a clear cut successful trade. Same thing I think has to be considered here again. We saw this triple bottom formation completing around these price levels with the stop loss coming in below 0.987. And if you had initiated the trade, let us see what would have happened. This would have ended up in loss again. All right, we have seen three examples so far, and two of those have ended up in losses, one in profit. Now, let us look for some more examples. Okay, here this trade would have brought us a big amount of money. Here we saw this price reversing and going on to substantially rise almost more than 100 pips. So this would have been a big trade where you would have made multiple times the money of the stop losses which we had kept in. So now we saw four examples in which two would have two would have ended up in losses, two would have ended up in profit, with the risk reward ratio also looking favorable. So even if you were to play in all these four trades, you would have made net amount of profit if you had gone in for the proper stop loss and target price system. So using a proper risk reward system, this would have brought us positive returns, even though the profit loss ratio is 50-50. So that is how the trade management system has to be incorporated while using any pattern. And logically speaking, there is a great formation to work with, where we see that on three occasions, if the price is finding support around the same price level, that means the sellers are no longer in control. And if there is some buying momentum on these lower levels, that is also the marker that more and more market participants are now starting to rethink about prior bearish tone, and where we and now we can expect a possible reversal. So that's how this formation can be considered from a logical perspective. So that's all from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback, and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. There has been new cool feature added on the platform. Let me make you aware of that hot list option. I think I will have to zoom out a bit, 100%. And in this option of hot list, you get the list of stocks which are active for that day, for that week, for that month, or for that year. So you have to choose a time horizon in which the stocks were buzzing. It could be seeing a decline or a substantial rise. On both these occasions, we will have these stocks shortlisted on the chart on this list here. There is a hot list option, and you can see that in this percentage price change high low range, we had these stocks which were buzzing for the day. There was substantial rise in these companies, or in these companies there was substantial decline. You can do these from hourly to 6 months. So all these options are there. You can even look at the shares which have been fairly active this week. So you get these stocks which are moving, which are seeing substantial rise or substantial decline. In both these scenarios, you can try to profit from these change of momentum, or if you are seeing fresh action initiated in these shares, you can try to look for trading opportunities in these volatile times. So that is the whole purpose of adding this hotlist feature on the platform. That's all from my side now. Now I am signing off for the day. I will be back tomorrow with a new pattern to work with, new formation to explain and exploit. See you next time around. Thank you all for joining in.